This video shows you how to achieve the greatest benefit from psychotherapy.
Congratulations on taking the first step.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Mackey.
And I'm Alice Manning.
Everyone has times in his or her life when they feel overwhelmed.
And everyone has bouts of depression.
Some people suffer pain and discomfort caused by emotional distress.
You may have tried to solve your own problems or with the help of your family and friends, but nothing really changes.
Now that you have decided to see a therapist, perhaps you're wondering, what's next?
Most people know what to expect when they go to see a family doctor, but they don't know what to expect when they see a therapist.
Like your family doctor, the psychotherapist is a professional trained in assessing and evaluating your problems and developing strategies for change that will improve your well-being.
It's typical to have some fears about starting therapy. Many people are concerned about revealing personal information to others.
The heart of therapy is examining feelings and ideas that we normally keep to ourselves.
People often wonder about the qualifications of the therapist. They should have an advanced degree from an accredited university in one of the fields of psychotherapy or counseling. In addition, they should be licensed by their state in their profession. If you have any questions about the therapist's qualifications or experience, be sure to ask the therapist.
Another concern is the cost of therapy. It can be expensive, but most health policies cover at least part of the cost. Many pay all but a small copayment. Be sure to check your health insurance policy and discuss it with your therapist.
You know, some studies have shown that clients sometimes fear a therapist could make them do something they wouldn't normally do. Remember, you and your therapist will decide together what will help you most. Just like your family doctor, he or she wants the best for you.
And some people fear a therapist will impose their own values on them. Therapists are trained to keep their personal values from influencing their clients, especially if those values differ.
The therapist's primary role is to understand you and your values, to help you improve your life in the way that is right for you. The therapist is a trusted partner to help you improve the quality of your life. Your therapist listens attentively to everything you have to say and takes a genuine interest in you. He or she may ask questions to clarify what you mean and how you feel about the subjects you discuss, and may encourage you to focus on specific issues.
This is how you and your therapist will come to understand your problems, and from this, your therapy goals will be developed.
The relationship you develop with your therapist provides the security and groundwork needed to assist with your personal difficulties.
You can be assured your therapist will accept you, will understand your problem, and be ready to help you.
Ben Gardner, I'm Dr. Joya Richards.
Hello, doctor.
Please come in.
Thank you.
Make yourself comfortable.
Are these your diplomas?
Yes, I have a doctorate in clinical psychology.
Oh.
Ben, I understand your family physician, Dr. Reinhold, referred you.
Yes, he thought it might be helpful for me to talk to you.
Good. I'm glad you took the initiative to come. Can you tell me what the problem is?
I don't know where to begin. It's kind of personal. I don't want anybody else to know about it. Will this just be between us?
Yes, and I'm sure it's difficult to trust someone you don't know. But I want to assure you that anything you tell me will be kept confidential. Of course, if you told me you were going to kill yourself or something like that, we'd want to take some action.
Well, that makes sense.
Now, suppose we start talking about what you expect from this therapy.
That's easy. I want to feel like myself again.
Are you feeling depressed?
Yeah. Sometimes it's really bad. Is there something you can give me to make me feel better?
Well, that's something we can consider.
As a psychologist, Dr. Richards wouldn't prescribe medication, but she would work with your family physician or a psychiatrist to make sure your treatment needs are fully met.
The professions that are involved in treatment are psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, and nurses. These professionals are trained to address different aspects of emotional problems.
They'll try to understand what your problems are and how they've come about. Then they'll know how best to help you.
If you did discuss your problems with your friends or family, perhaps that didn't help. They want to help, but sometimes they don't know how.
Therapists are trained to bring out the thoughts and feelings that are inside of you. Then you can look at them more objectively.
Most people don't know when we're troubled by depression or fears or doubts, and that's where therapy comes in. And we'll bring out the things that are inside you so that you can look at them, and we can discuss different ways that you can deal with them.
Sometimes it gets worse when I tell people what I think, so I just don't say anything at all.
I'm sure that happens because it's uncomfortable to talk about personal things. But therapy works best when you can talk about your difficulties without holding anything back. And you don't have to worry about telling me things that you would be embarrassed to tell your friends or your family. I mean, I really need to understand you in order to help you. So you don't have to worry that you might look foolish or bad or weak to me. I'll understand. Do you see what I mean?
I think so. You mean I shouldn't be embarrassed to tell you about things I wouldn't tell anyone else? But how's that going to help me?
That's a good question. And those are the kinds of things that when you keep them inside can cause distress. That's why it's important to get them out in the open so that it's easier to put them into perspective. I can be most useful to you when you give me a complete picture of the problem. And I know sometimes you won't be ready to tell me something important, but that's okay. And as therapy progresses, it'll be easier to talk about those difficult things.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Good. Now, what else do you hope therapy will do for you?
I want to straighten out my life. I was happy, but things have been getting steadily worse. I guess what I'm really saying is I want to get my life back to normal again.
Ben, are you saying your life seems to be getting out of control?
Yes, exactly. Out of control. And I can't get it back in control. I feel confused and lost, and sometimes I feel downright hopeless. I guess that's why I'm here.
Thank you for being honest with me. Feeling out of control is scary. Many people feel hopeless and lost when they think they've come to the end of their rope. During our sessions, you need to tell me how you feel, just as you did.
So if something happened that made me feel bad, or even bad about myself, I should say so.
That's right. And that's part of giving me a complete picture of your situation.
This could take some work. I mean, it's different than anything I've done before.
Yes, and it will take practice, Ben, but it becomes more natural as you do it. You've already taken the big step coming to see me.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, but I never...
It's all right. You can tell me.
I never have the nerve to do anything.
Well, one of the things we will practice is rephrasing those ideas that are exaggerated, the kind of overstatements of reality. You see that you're here, so you really do have the nerve. Can you restate what you just said so it's a more realistic picture of yourself?
Well, let's see. Maybe I was hesitant to come to therapy?
Good. Do you see the difference between saying, I never had the nerve to do anything, and I was hesitant to come to therapy?
More to the point the second way?
That's right. And it's more realistic, too. Therapy is really a process of change. We change the way we think about things that cause emotional distress. Something isn't right about your life, and that's why you feel bad. We'll work together to understand what's wrong and to figure out what you can do to make it better.
You mean you'll tell me what to do?
Not quite. We have to decide that together. For example, as we understand your problems better, we'll discover some things you can do differently. Sometimes people develop behaviors or ways of doing things that make them feel better for a while, but in the long run make their problems worse. You can learn to change those behaviors, and as we work together to achieve those changes, you'll begin to feel better.
Okay. I hope I can do it.
I'm sure you can. But remember, you'll have to work at it. As part of the change process, I'll be giving you homework assignments.
Homework?
Yes. As we identify problems, your homework will be to practice new ways of handling them, new behaviors. And in time, these new behaviors will become easier and more natural for you.
I guess that doesn't sound so hard. How long will it take?
Well, that's hard to say at this point. Sometimes improvement comes quickly and sometimes it takes a while. It's difficult to say how long your therapy will last. It depends on your particular problems and their severity and how quickly you are able to progress. We will reevaluate this periodically to make sure you don't need to come more often or for a longer time than necessary. As long as you're honest and you work hard, you will experience improvement. Like most things in life, the more you put in, the more you'll get out of it. Most importantly, Ben, only you can do it. No one else can do it for you.
Okay. I'll try to do my best.
Fine. Okay, let's continue. What is it that's troubling you the most?
I'm just not happy.
What specifically are you unhappy about?
The way to get the most out of therapy is to be honest, to speak openly about your problems, and to fully explore your feelings.
It is our thoughts and beliefs that greatly affect our emotions. These, in turn, affect our outlook on life. Today, you'll examine these issues as they relate to problems in your life. The problems and emotions that are causing your distress will be identified and discussed. Solutions will be developed by both you and your therapist for you to practice as homework.
You'll learn how to identify the causes of your thoughts and feelings, which in turn are causing your emotional pain.
Your therapist will teach you new behaviors and new points of view to enhance your outlook on life. Work with your therapist, practice your homework assignments, and gradually change your behavior.
Your sense of well-being and self-confidence will improve, and your life will get better. If you want your life to change, you can do it.
Your therapist is here to help. This is the first step toward getting your life back on track.
Congratulations, and keep up the good work.